Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome. And we are starting 2 days Influencer Summit today. And with two amazing days. Today we have two amazing speakers, and we will talk about the latest 2026 trends in social media, what's happening with Instagram, how to build your personal brand, grow your social media, start to make money, and a lot of interesting things. And all speakers is a successful influencer with a millions followers, and you have a great chance to receive this useful information directly from them. Okay, and let me introduce Fernanda Sosa, is Miami-based influencer. She's a beautiful model, media personality with over 20 years of experience in fashion, lifestyle, entertainment. She's also one of our winner in Influencer Global Awards, and she's known for her insider access to the luxury sense and for creating content that highlight top brands, events, and influential figures. And today, Fernanda Sosa to tell us more about how to secure paid brand collaboration and building a strong personal brand. Okay, welcome to Fernanda Sosa, and I give you the words, Fernanda. We will, with pleasure, we'll listen to you like 30 minutes.
Hi, everyone. I'm Fernanda Sosa. Welcome. Today I'm going to show you how to grow as influencer, build your personal brand, and actually turn your platform into a business. But first, I want to show you guys a little video about me so you know me better and know what I'm going to talk about.
Fernanda Sosa with...
Está Fernanda Sosa con nosotros.
¡Fernanda Sosa!
Fernanda Sosa, vivo en Florida y soy uruguaya. Hola, ¿cómo están? Soy Fer Sosa, bienvenidos a My Life. Quiero mostrarme tal cual soy.
This is my life y yo la vivo así. Londres, París, no importa el país. Aunque 7 maravillas, soy la octava, dime qué hay de ti.
And I hear your reasons why. Where did you sleep last night? And was she worth it? Was she worth it? So you feel misunderstood? Well, baby, have I got news for you on being used? You gotta go.
Hoy quiero dormir pero acostado en tu pecho, aunque tal vez estás conmigo por despecho. Cuando te das cuenta.
Hi, here we are, come back. All of this is thanks to be an influencer. Do you have the speaker of Elvira?
Yes, for our new attendants, I maybe let's also tell about our program. We will talk, we have a 2 days Influencer Summit today with 2 amazing speakers today and 3 more tomorrow. And now our pleasure to see Fernanda Sosa, and she will speak today about how to secure paid brand collaboration and building a strong personal brand. And Fernanda, maybe tell us a little bit more about you, where you're from. And I already told that you're based in Miami.
I'm from Uruguay. It's 8 years that I live here. I'm start from zero, like so many people. I not have big followings when I'm a star and perfect plan. Okay, just I'm a star like so many people. What they made the difference is the consistency and patience, and believe in myself and believe what I'm doing. So after I saw the result, I'm just believe in what I want to do. You don't need more followers, you need more clarity in what you want to do. Brands don't pay for followers, they pay for influence, trust, and conversion. Your profile is a business, not just a content. So the first time that you are gonna open your Instagram or the platform that you work in, you have to believe in yourself and acting like a big professional. So today I'm going to break this into 3 simple parts, okay, for you can understand me better. How to grow, my personal secret, and how to monetize your platform. When you're starting, grow is not about being perfect. It's about showing up. At the beginning, almost no one is watching. No one is watching me, and I get frustrated. But I'm showing up anyways. And that is the time to improve, that experiment for what way you want to go, and obviously find your voice. The content at work always has to have one of these things, that is entertain, educate, or inspires, okay? And always I ask myself, I will follow my content, and if the response is no, you know that you have to improve better. So I'm focused on lifestyle in my Instagram, confidence, and being a person that whatever message that I can send to the people, I want to be clarity. I want that the people understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, I'm be close with my audience. So there is time that I'm posting and I get the views scary low, and like I said before, I feel frustrated. But I didn't stop, because consistency is what separates people to grow and people to quit. So be there, be focused in your own way. And let's talk about engagement, that everybody's worried about engagement. And it's the most important things, because you can have like 1,000 of followers, but if you have poor engagement, you know, it's difficult to work with the brand that you want to work. So the engagement, like I say, consistency, post. The people gonna write, 2-3 people is gonna write in your post, you have to respond. You have to say, hey, thank you so much, and respond in your post. You know, it's gonna be like more and more people is gonna reaching out for you. So answer message, get close with your audience, you know, make them feel like they are in home. My biggest secret obviously is the discipline, and everything that you want to do is the discipline. The motivation, no, because it's for me, you know, it's coming back and forth, and sometimes I wake up, yeah, I don't want to create anything, but I'm showing up, okay? My exercise, I'm showing up in my stories and say hello, but always I'm showing up, because that is gonna build the success for you. And mistake, let's talk about mistake. I have a lot. My biggest mistake is about overthinking. It's good for posts, but it's great, it's the time, compare myself with other influencers. But the truth is that never is the right time, just you have to start. Then the monetization. Well, you have so many ways to make money like a creator. And one of them is obviously the brand deals, the affiliation with brands that right now is super trendy, that the brands write you one affiliation with you. It's you bring custom to the brands and they give you a percentage. It's good. You have to be focused on that and work in that. The other things that creator can make is their own product and sell them in your platform. But no one of that is work if you don't believe in yourself. Okay, you have to trust first. Well, my money story, let's talk about that. My first brand deal didn't come immediately, but I'm start create content like already the brand paid me. Okay, I make examples. I'm just believe that in some point I'm gonna have that brand that's gonna pay me. So when opportunities come, is I was ready, and over time that you work in that example or in that way that you wanna do, you tend to believe more in yourself, give more value to your work, and the money is come when people really trust you. So not just when follow you, okay? That is the difference between an audience and community. So I have a lot of advice for you guys. Start now, okay? Stay consistent. Don't be afraid to fail. That is our first problem that we have, that if we are gonna be ridiculous front to the camera, how it's gonna look, if I'm gonna be good or not. So don't be afraid, just do it, because can truly change your life what you're doing. Please have a media kit. That is super important for all the influencers. That is the resume about the influencer, who you are, your story, how many people you have, your engagement. But please don't put a rate in the media kit, okay? Don't put any numbers there, only your engagement or how many followers you have. And please be big fan about the brand, about the product that you wanna they pay you. If the brand no wanna pay you in the first conversation, no problem. Just don't feel offended. Just make this to have other type of conversation with them. Just create example campaign and show them, okay? Be unique. They wanna see your value, what value you put on that, what you create. The brand not only buy the access to your followers, they buy access to your story, to creativity, to the production's capabilities that you have. Remember that you are in a production company. In your hands, you have organic channels, so you can do like amazing stuff. Only you have to find your way. Be enthusiastic, be professional, show them that you are professional. And remember, never close the door for no one. Your platform is powerful, so use it, believe in it, build it. And each brand is a unique opportunity, potential partnership. So not have the same praise to everybody, okay? Just not start the conversation and some praise, start some connection with the brand. And please, I'm gonna ask you guys, don't write to the brand and put let's collab, because that is gonna open the door for the brand send you a gift. If you don't want a gift, you wanna make money with the brand. So my advice to you guys is reaching out the brand, who they are, the products that they sell, maybe the last campaign that they do, what they doing in the last campaign. So start to a smart conversation, start to speak about the last campaign that they doing. Just look the Instagram, maybe they post one in a week, and maybe you can give some like offers to them to like make better the Instagram. Remember that the brand don't care about your followers. They care about how many custom you are gonna bring to the brand. So I don't know, guys, if you have some question or Oh, I'm speak too fast.
Oh, Fernando, thank you very much. It's amazing, useful information. But maybe, yes, imagine like the influencer, like micro influencer, and they just start their journey. What you recommend them maybe for how to start to monetize, how to reach out the brand, how to start to earn money? Maybe you give them some advice, please.
Yes, well, when you are a micro influencer and you want to reach out the brand, one of the biggest mistake that I saw with the micro influencer is they are show them too much themselves. You don't put attention in the product they has to sell. Okay, that is the biggest mistake. But how I start is, well, clarity, consistency. I want to see what is your wave. You're a fashion lifestyle, you are influencer for food, you are influencer for animals. So do you have to give me some clarity to who you are? And then let's reach out some brands for you in your way. Like if you are a lifestyle, let's reach out some brands, some clothes deal, so that is how we start. Like definitely who you are, clarity, start doing posts like you already work with the brand, like just maybe I have some workout clothes in my house. It's just start like play with my camera in the street, do some live like street style. And then you offer that to the brand, and for they reach 20 brands for day. I send emails to each brand, and that is how you start.
And are you using some maybe influencer marketplace, like special platform, or how you find this email? Maybe give them also some tips how they find this email whom they can offer collaboration.
The most that I at work is, okay, you reach out the brand on Instagram. You have to, in the contacts, they always have an email, but also you have to reach out and LinkedIn, who is the manager of that company, the market manager of that company. That for me is work a lot, and always communicate via email, because some more small brands, obviously we work via DM from Instagram, but the most biggest brand is obviously work via email.
Okay, perfect. And how you build your personal brand, because you have amazing TV project, and maybe tell us also how your social media helps you with that.
Well, like I say, I'm a start from zero from any plan. And remember in the COVID time, I'm in my house and I'm thinking about, okay, what are you doing right now? I need to make money, but also is everything is closed, how I can work. So I'm start working in modeling course on my Instagram. So I connect with people around the world, most from my country, from Uruguay, but I'm gonna start connecting like that and doing in my house. I remember that I moved all the furniture and I make like a studio in the COVID time, and we doing videos there, and I show the little girls how you are model, how you can take pictures, how you can put your face, makeup, your hair, and everything, and how that is build a community for me. And then because I like too much the fashion, and say, okay, let's show lifestyle, because the people like that when we are here in Miami, go to restaurants, show food, show fashion, show, stores, what is trendy right now, the trips. So I'm start like that, building a community little by little. And also I love the fashion shows, like the fashion weeks. So always I go there and start connect with people, and the people start reach me out about inviting me to different fashion show. I give you example what happened to me. Like 1 year ago, I went to Paris fashion week for one brand. Okay, one friend that invited me. I'm just post the first day that I'm there. I'm just put a hashtag, Paris Fashion Week. So I have 10 invitation more that day. Hey, so amazing that you are here. I want to invite you for you to come tomorrow. And I have 1 week for free because I don't know what I'm gonna do in Paris. But they start like reach me out via Instagram. Hey, I wanna you come in. I wanna, put all my outfit for you. I wanna you come here. Let's take some picture together. I'm saying yes, 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 because I'm there for 1 week. So it's how you start build a connection. So I just meet some designer about shoes. So that designer right now is writing me because they want to make a campaign in Miami about the shoes. It's a connection. I never close the door for more because say, oh, okay, they invited you, but they not pay you for the fashions. Yes, but you never know what can happen there. So you can imagine I went to this fashion show. Obviously, they give me like a 20 shoes. I bring everything. I'm just be friendly with them. We speak about, we take pictures. And right now they reach me out for this year, 2026, make the campaign here in Miami. So I'm super happy for that.
Amazing, Fernanda. And it's so inspiring story. Maybe somebody will use all this information for growth. And maybe what do you see the difference in 2026? Like how you maybe do different, what kind of content you do in 2026, what algorithm change, maybe give us also some tips and advice. What do you see?
Well, this year is very trendy about make my blog day. So I'm so, your bed, your day, like what you do in the day and be more organic, no more filters, so edit so much. So the people want to see you, who you are, where you live, how is your bed, how is your pajamas. They want to see everything about you. So when you start show this stuff, like you are normal, I like when they can see you that they can be like you build a huge community. So just some start make these blogs about my day or about my morning. The other day I just post something about my morning and my routine gym, make my smoothie here in the house. And the people get crazy about the smoothie, bribe me, send me the recipe, how you make this smoothie, something so easy and simple, but you connect with your audience. That is special.
Amazing. And also, what platform do you use? Are you have a TikTok as well and YouTube, or you more focused on Instagram?
I'm more focused on Instagram right now. I wanna tell you the truth. I'm start doing TikTok, but I don't feel so comfortable. But I'm happy that right now in 1 week is coming my team from Uruguay that are always and working with them. So we are gonna start build again my YouTube channel. That in my YouTube channel I'm show more like my day. It's like a little reality show about my life. So we are gonna start again with my YouTube. I'm happy.
Okay, and one more interesting question. If someone is started today, what exact strategy would you recommend for 2026? I don't know, like what kind of content do, what's the steps, maybe some roadmap. What's your recommendation?
Well, my first recommendation is first, what do you like to do? You like to cooking, you like to go shopping, you like to show the hair, you want to, what you like to do? First, pride, what you like to do. Second, you have to work on that. And third, reaching out brands that they have to do with what you like, So I like to show my hair. I'm gonna reach out all the salons in Miami or wherever you are. I'm gonna reach all the product that is gonna work for my hair. So I'm gonna start show that and improve, try, test, and it's how you are gonna learn, because obviously everything is for learn. And then the people is gonna tell you about, I want to see more about that product, or I want to see more about this that you're doing. So you are gonna start, improve yourself.
Okay, and what do you think? How many followers do you need to have that start to do maybe paid promotion or some collaboration? You can do this with 1,000 followers or 5,000 followers. What's your
Yes,
idea?
that is micro influencer. You start it, but like I say before, you can have 500 followers. The brand not care about how many, if not your value, how you bring to the table. So it is how you are gonna do, how you are gonna present yourself, because maybe you have 200 followers, but you're an amazing creator. You are amazing, like imaginary, like doing some nice posts. That is how you are gonna build your community.
And imagine your life if you don't have now social media. What will you do?
Well, make friends in the neighborhood. But well, a few years ago, nobody have a social media. It's crazy, but
I mean,
have social media.
you'll start to have a blog now if in 2026, and what you will do, what's your steps?
Yeah, if you don't have social media, I think that is amazing idea for connect with other people if you are a creator, or it's your business, your work. You can create two amazing business platform.
And also you build very strong personal brand. Maybe give us also advice how you collaborate with all these TV projects. They reach out to you or you text them. How the people, what's recommendation for build strong personal brand?
Well, first, thank you to my Instagram. I participated in Dance with the Star Latin America 3 years ago. And last year, another project here in Miami too, that is about dance. But just some start doing castings too, because obviously you have your platform that is Instagram. You create your person, your personality. I'm an artist since I'm born, because I love the television. I love to speak. I was a model. I was Miss Uruguay 2009, long time ago, and always dedicate myself to the modeling. And also I have modeling school before in Uruguay. So, but then I getting famous with my social media. I went to the casting when I'm just moved to Miami for work in television. Obviously I have like different type of work example for show when I went to the castings. But my Instagram helped me a lot for Dance with the Star 3 years ago. And that is how I'm start. And obviously when you are in a television that all Latin America can see you, you become more popular and the people follow you.
Yeah, you have amazing experience. And maybe tell us maybe what influencer do you like, who inspired you, and maybe some what's your next? Do you plan maybe, I don't know, build your business, or you have some other idea how you can monetize your blog?
Well, like I always say, I still learn everything, because this community about social media influencer never stop. Every day is something new, or new platform, or new trendy viral video that you have to do it, or never stop. You always has to learn more. And more right now that I know how 20 years old. Right now you see this micro influencer that learn so fast everything. Sometimes I have to ask to someone super young that help me with with the content or the ideas or how I do it. I'm asked more young people about, because I'm learn. Okay, I learn all the time. Obviously I show lifestyle, but I learn all the time because I want to be trendy too. And my personal brand, yes, I want to build something I'm looking for right now. I don't know, see something wellness, healthy, But I'm looking right now. I'm very, very good with brands and working in my Instagram platform. But obviously, I want my own brand. Also, other things that I wanna tell you when just you have some type experience, you wanna build your own product, you have to see your competitions too. Like so many influencers doing makeup, so many influencers doing clothes, so many influencers doing hair stuff. So let's do something different. So you have to study about and art, you can build something nice. So like I can say, I'm gonna do something this year, but I don't know yet exactly what it is. Just I'm working right now in some project that is healthy drinks. So let's see.
Wow, it's amazing. Sounds good.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Fernanda. Maybe somebody have some questions and you have an opportunity to ask, and we will answer maybe one questions today or couple questions. We have
Yeah.
couple minutes to other speaker. Somebody send nice, good information. We have couple. Okay, Fernanda, maybe in the end, maybe give us the 3 advice who want to grow social media in 2026, please.
Okay. Who wanna grow? Okay, consistency. Post. For more than the people get tired, you get tired to create post. That is the consistency that is gonna make you grow, make a
Like
follow.
one day post, or how you recommend it, like 3 times per week or every day or few times per day?
Oh, I think that if you can post one time for day, it's amazing. When you just a micro influencer, you wanna grow fast, one time for day at the same time, it's amazing, And then acting, like create content like you just work with that brand. So example, I wanna create content for Alo, but maybe Alo don't care about me because I'm a random influencer right now. Nobody know me yet. So maybe I have a top or workout clothes in my house like it's Alo, because everybody buy Alo right now. So it's impossible that have something. Okay, let's do some shot on the street, or let's do some cool video. But please study the brand, reach out their website, how is the picture that they like, and the colors and everything, and doing similar, or bring something similar with the color, but value, like your style, different. And then start posting like they already pay you, and post hashtag Alo. You then send all your material today, and then send nice proposal, reach the brand that you want. Like become a big fan from the brand.
And we have some questions, Fernanda, from Deborah. Maybe we have one last questions and we let you go, Fernanda. Thank you very much. Hi, Fernanda. How you balance consistently with the maintenance and highly curated, minimal and elevated content style, especially when growth often favors volume? And how do you choose your projects?
Okay, very extensive
Very
question.
extensive.
So, in that point of my career, I have my team already. Okay, I'm gonna start from zero, like I can say, with my phone. But right now, I'm just implement different equipment, like professional camera, the influencer camera. When I went to some event, my phone lights. A girl that helped me with the bright hour, what we can do this week, what we are gonna post. Like I can say, right now in 1 week is coming my team from Uruguay for start my YouTube channel. My team is helped me a lot. you know, that when you start growing, you take serious this career because it's your business. If it's your, you know, your entire I live thank you to what I do. So you have to have people that work for you and help you too. So the question of Deborah is how I choose my project. Okay. In that point, I no close the door for no one. Always is something to do with everybody. I'm gonna give you example about 4 years ago. Some brand reached me out and I don't want to work with that brand because I want to show like level lifestyle and the brand is like not too like classy, you know, like so they wanna like it's more popular brand, you know, they wanna do some special contents with me and they wanna I went to his store and showed the trendy, but they wanna choice a little bit to be too much popular to be a little more like stylish. So they wanna when they reach me out, they wanna send me a gift. Say, okay, first I know use the brand. Second, I know wanna give, but I don't wanna close the door for them. Why? You know? So I'm asked something minimal for my team and we make amazing video, more than what they asked me. So they are so happy with what I'm saying, what I'm posting and everything that they offer me a partnership for 6 months. So, and I remember that I'm saying a high number because I don't want to do it. So, and I remember that they say yes. So I work for 6 months with the brand. We are elevate the brand so nice with my team. We create a special content for them. They use my content and their platform. We create like super stylish vibe. I remember that also because when I do the project, I like to do good. You know, I remember that I rent out all vintage cars, so I put all the stuff for they feel like, you know, they are unique. And also other stuff that I'm told if you wanna you know continue working with the brand, you always after some campaign you always has to send everything. How is your engagement, how is your followers with that, how is your audience with that video? So that is how the brand is gonna work with you the second year or the third year, and you know it's a lot of money that you can do it.
Thank you, Fernanda. You shared with us today very useful information and a lot of secret, and I hope it will be useful for somebody. And of course, we don't want to take more of your time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
I hope everything is work. If you have some question or something, DM me on Instagram, I can respond.
Yes, and now we will have a second speaker today. Fernanda, thank you very much. And now I want to introduce you with Karina Safarova, a Palm Beach-based longevity and motivation coach, inspiring a new generation of women to elevate their lifestyle, mindset, and personal power.
Excited. Thank you for having me today with you.
Thank you, Karina, to join us. And we with pleasure to want to hear today about your elite networking through a well-positioned Instagram, personal brand building, and success mindset.
Thank you. My favorite topic. I would like to add that I'm also a wellness entrepreneur. I have my own clinic and my own longevity business. Founder of Life Makeover Academy, where I teach people how to elevate their lifestyle, how to build their credibility and also personal brand. And they call me Queen of Longevity and Transformation. So my journey started in London many years ago, like I lived there 10 years, and now I'm one of the most famous coaches in the United States. And it's not overnight success. It took me years to get this, to reach this altitude and reach this level and become really successful. And where I speak on the stages in Mar-a-Lago, where President speaks, and I speak in Washington, D.C., in White House. So it took me really years, and it's a strategy. And especially when we talk about building brand, we need to start from building credibility, because branding works 24/7, even when you sleep. That's the huge benefit, and that's why it's very important. And it's built on identity, not just marketing. It's the story people believe before you start speaking. And I always teach my students, you need to speak for purpose. And there is nothing more important than being attractive personality. And today I want to give a few very important tips and advices how to become successful, how to find your niche, how to build your credibility, your core message, your core speech. So some people, they think investing in fancy vacations or fancy things is show off. Absolutely wrong. You need to put yourself into the right rooms. And for example, I always buy only VIP tickets. I always sign up for VIP programs, for very expensive memberships. I'm a member of membership clubs because relationships, they define the quality of your life, and personal brand is very important to build relationship, to build trust with your audience, to build connection. Because people, they don't care what you do. They care what you can do for them. And they don't buy products. They buy feelings, they buy status, they buy certainty. Some people just sometimes buy my coaching because it's prestigious. It's like my mentor is Karina from Palm Beach, right? So also social proof is important. If you see like my Instagram, that you can see my pictures with all celebrities. It's not just pictures. I'm into this circle, and some of them my patients, clients, and I learned how to open doors, but show up. You need first show up and bring some value to become valuable. Investing in relationships, that's what's important. And I also teach students and people, be generous. Be generous not just with your time, be generous with your spirit, with your energy, with your attention, and spread love and kindness and gratitude. Just be very pleasant personality, and people will want to work with you. They will want you to be their role model. So that's how I have built my relationships with celebrities, with politicians, with superstars. You need also to be a good listener. You need to build connection and trust with your audience. And very important, remembering that communication skills are the most important. That's what Tony Robbins teach. Communication skills also define the quality of your life. And it's a true art to build a nice communication. And Instagram photo, it will not build your credibility. So people fall in love with your personality. How I have this rule as excite, engage, enroll. So you need to excite people. You need to be fully engaged with them. You need to be connected. You need to find this kindness and the way how you spread your love, like genuinely taking care of them. And what I learned from Oprah Winfrey, because I went to her academy, a role model academy in LA, I learned from her that you should be ready, do some research, get some information, you should know your audience, you should know your followers, you should know what they look like, how they feel, what they like, because people do not connect to products, they connect to people. And I like this saying, Oprah Winfrey mentor, Maya Angelou, she said, people will never forget how you make them feel. So that's why I use this rule, E. Excite, engage, enroll, spread love, spread kindness, be generous. And also, I would say storytelling is important. And it's not just a form, it's a powerful business tool that you need to able to communicate, to show what makes you different. And that's how you can pitch your brand, your products to potential customers, investors. So storytelling it allows you to do just everything in a very memorable way. It's how people remember you and how you made them feel. And it's all about making them feel special, unique, to find this uniqueness. So storytelling is a very powerful tool as well. And in my Life Makeover Academy, I also teach to build the power of your story, how to build your core message. Also very important to be authentic. Because when you share not just how perfect you are, you need to share your failures. You need to share your experience, even if it was bad. You need to share your mistakes, because that's how you build connection with people. Sharing something really, even sometimes being vulnerable. You don't need to be always perfect, and you need to sometimes to be vulnerable and being humble. Because again, nobody cares what you do. They care what you can do for them. So a well-crafted story and knowing all this can help you to build really very special brand, a very special reputation, and also strategic mindset, because life is a strategy and the right strategy can change your life. I also advise not just joining membership clubs and buying very expensive VIP programs. I also advise to get a mentor, because the first ingredient in life is to find a teacher. And teacher will always guide you, and maybe it's protection from some mistakes. So what else important in personal brand? Consistency, of course, because when you are consistent, God see this. Trust me, I tried this. And he will open so many doors for you. So just being consistent and having high standards, ruthless mindset, which is no excuses, and being very mission driven, being excited about what you are doing, like genuinely excited. Also, some people, they ask me how I reached this altitude, how I'm friends with many celebrities. Either they are my friends, either they're my clients. I think my energy helped me, my open heart, that I'm authentic. Sometimes I'm even vulnerable. I spread nothing but love and kindness. Sometimes I'm like a happy puppy. I genuinely love people. And the best for me is just seeing the results that I somehow changed their life. I made difference. I can make an impact. And yes, we should remember that people will never forget how you make them feel. It's so important. It's like your energy, the way you speak, the way you engage. I always try to reply myself, not to delegate it to my assistant. I try to be very engaged with my audience, with my clients. I genuinely care about them. I genuinely care. What else important? What would I add? Being authentic. Yes, now we live in the world, a lot of AI, everybody wants to be something real. So now people appreciate more real than, they like talking hand, they like when you go live, they like when you record stories, like talking to them. So that's important. That's important. Well, communication skills, it's something you need to work on. Communication skills.
Karina, and how can Instagram be used as a powerful networking tool, not just a content platform?
I use it, first of all, I make money when I sleep. I'm so excited when Facebook Meta pays me for views, or I have a lot of great collaborations. People offer me a lot of things for free, then they offer me like it's paid advertisement, and it's something when works for you when you sleep. It opens you even more doors. it's incredible tool. To be honest, I do not really understand people who don't use it as a great tool to engage with people. It opens you many doors. And if you have the right strategy, you have to find your niche, and then you need to become the best in your niche. What makes you different? Because now there are so many coaches, there are so many influencers, but what makes you unique? What value can you bring? What you can teach? What people will learn from you? What can you do for them? What does your program look like?
Amazing. You give us very useful information and very
Yeah, I
systematic.
love giving content. I love giving content because it helped me. It's like my story. It's not overnight success. It took me years to build my brand. It took me years to become so influential, so impactful that speaking on stage in Mar-a-Lago where Trump speaks, I literally 1 month ago, it's actually on my Instagram, I was speaking after the president. I think that when people tell me, Karina, you hit the ceiling, what's going to be next? And I'm so excited about thinking about this, what's going to be next. But again, it took me years. You need to strategy. You need to invest in a relationship. Don't be cheap, like, when you have like some event, buying a super cheap ticket, or never sign up for some programs, because there are two people. There are free people and there are cheap people. There are people who want something for free, and there are people who want something for cheap. So what helped me, like I always was very aware and very mindful how I spent money. So I spent a fortune being in London. I remember I bought Tony Robbins ticket when nobody knew about him, like people are crazy about him now. My first training I had 15 years ago. Then Joe Dispenza trainings. I was spending a fortune on all these trainings, on all this, and that's how I create unique program, because I took many patterns, many techniques and methods. That's why my academy calls Life Makeover. I can transform people. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud of my clients. I'm proud of my results. So I think people need to invest wisely. So never be cheap with buying a nice membership. Never be cheap with buying buy VIP ticket, because VIP ticket again opens more doors for you. Get a mentor. Because mentor will always give you the right advice. It's just saving your money and saving your time, which is even more important. Time.
Thank you, Karina. So interesting information.
Mind blowing.
Yeah, and we was talking already today about mindset, but maybe what mindset shift are necessary to grow into successful influencer? Let's maybe talk about more about influencers, please.
My mindset is ruthless mindset, no excuses. So I always see what I can do in any situation. I have positive mindset. So even coming here 4 years ago when I lost my business in Ukraine, I have my stem cell longevity clinic there. I lost everything. I came here without documents, no social security number, no work permit, but I never ever felt myself miserable and never ever felt myself like a victim. Straight away I started working, and my story helped so many people. I showed them the evidence of what is possible, how you can change your life with having even not many resources, without having a lot of money or without having a lot of time. You still can change your life. You can create masterpiece from your life. Masterpiece, but you need to shift your thinking. Setting the right priorities is important. Your time is priority. Your time. Review daily, review your dynamic. Because when people ask me on my trainings, they will ask, Karina, what is happiness for me? So happiness for me is a progress. Is to become more knowledgeable every day, to become more better person, more compassion, more kind, become a better mother to my daughter. I'm very mindful. So about your mindset, you should be very mindful. You should understand, you should speak for purpose. You should review daily, and consistent, right priorities, your health, self-discipline. I always talk about successful people habits. They look after themselves. Nobody drink alcohol. Nobody is going late, sleep. No, it's not fashionable anymore. It's just not, it's not in trend. Now it's completely different trend, and you should follow them. You should follow them.
And how important is confidence, you think, in building connection and opportunities? Maybe give us also advice who don't.
I'm very confident, but it was, I think, in my blood. I was like this always in my school. I was always the best in my classroom because I genuinely love people. But I have exercise in my training and in my academy. I have exercise with people because I teach people also public speaking. I tell them what's the worst thing can happen. The secret of, I learned this from Bernard Hiller in LA. He was also one of my mentors. He is a coach of Lindsay Lohan, DiCaprio. What I learned from Bernard Hiller, I said, because 10 years ago, I also was nervous before going on a big stage. And he told me, don't think it's a big deal. Enjoy it, have fun. And even some people think, oh, I'm not good enough. And they have this imposter syndrome, or they have insanely limiting beliefs, like I'm too old, I don't have any title, I'm not certified. No, you just need to show up. You need to bring value to serve people, to find your niche and find how you can be useful, how you can be valuable. Even Arnold Schwarzenegger, he was speaker at 10X at Grant Cardone conference, and he wrote a book, Useful. So imagine this celebrity, he's huge, like he's also thinking about this, how you can bring value to people, what you can do. And even if you don't have Harvard education or whatever, you can share with someone even your failures, being authentic. People love now real things. So many limiting beliefs people have, but all is possible. Just being authentic, show up, put yourself into the right rooms, just do collaborations, like offer how you can serve people, what you can like do for them. Don't be shy to write first, because people now, I tell one more secret, people now, they like vulnerable people when they say, oh, listen, I'm so shy, or I'm not perfect, it's going to be my first public speaking. They love that. Nobody wants perfect, because nobody is perfect. Let's say so.
Thank you, Karina. And if someone wants to elevate their life and circle, where should they start today?
Getting a mentor, sign up for memberships, sign up for programs, visit retreats, trainings, just not sitting on the sofa and watching information which is free on YouTube or whatever. So getting a mentor is very important, having a mentor. And I know all celebrities, everybody has a mentor, everybody. Even Tom Brady has a mentor, like Netflix A-list actors has a mentor, politicians has a mentor. People become more spiritual now. They start doing Bible studying, and I love the dynamic. I love what's going on now. It's going like a massive shift in social media, and now people want some substance, something real, what can make you, what can elevate you. So be very aware what you share, what you tell people, like how you can be helpful.
And how the social media and Instagram help you in, I don't know, in your personal brand and your networking?
It opens many doors. Every day it opens so many doors for me. Like I don't have time sometimes to check all the offers, all the invitations. I meet even more interesting people. I'm always invited to VIP events and great like people around me. So greatness attracts greatness. And I always repeat, invest into relationship, invest into memberships, because in this circle you meet high-minded people, and you never know. One relationship can change your life forever. Only one relationship, one right person.
And what type of content do you think now in 2026 is most engagement?
2026, something everybody is now in longevity. It's a very popular trend. Then something what they cannot find for free. So I think now even more important to share your own story. People want to listen to stories. Why all these famous people like Joe Dispenza, Tony Robbins, they talk about their past, about their failures, about how bad it was, like about so that's how you become a role model for people. So you need to have something what they cannot find on YouTube, and that's the great tool, being vulnerable and authentic and share your failures, because you learn from failures. And that's how, connecting. People want to be connected. So connecting to people, thinking about more like engaging with them, doing more live, doing more complimentary Zooms, or just bringing some value.
And Karina also one of our winner as the best speaker, I guess, 2025.
Motivational speaker.
Motivational speaker, Influencer Global Awards. And maybe give us also your feedback, how you like it to be involved in Influencer Insider community, and how was the experience with our awards?
I love that. First of all, it was a very beautiful event. I have never seen so many gorgeous, stunning women in one room. You did a great job. I have never seen so many beautiful people, beautiful music, beautiful, like everybody has his own story, and everybody is quite famous. And it was a very beautiful event. And in such a circle, it motivates you. You want to become a better person, and you learn from each other, because everybody has his own story of success, and it's not always perfect. It's not always perfect. So it's very beautiful circle. It's very beautiful community. I highly advise everyone to get into that.
Thank you very much, Karina. I guess thank you very much, Karina, for your time and for amazing useful information, for your tips and all your secrets.
I give some tools. I like giving people some tools because I genuinely love people, and I want to share with them what helped me to become so famous and successful, and that how I became coach of celebrities and A-list actors on Netflix, and I'm so proud of them.
Yeah, and your story is really inspiring, and you already
Yes.
achieved a lot of success, and we wish
It's
you a
all
lot of
ruthless
success for more.
mindset. Yeah. No excuses.
Okay, thank you very much for everybody to being with us today. It was truly powerful, so many insights and ideas and inspiration, and I hope you're leaving today with a new vision, new energy, and clear step for your growth in 2026. And it's just beginning. Tomorrow we continue with the 3 incredible speakers who will take to the next level. We will meet Robbie Jan. She will talk about how to build a real business through social media. Brian Walker, we're talking about AI avatar and how to use AI to become successful influencer. And also I will be one of the speaker, and I tell you more 10 monetizing strategy in 2026, and how to, maybe I tell you more about Influencer Insider membership, and maybe if somebody want to be nominee in Influencer Global Awards, I will tell you more information about that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Karina. And don't want to miss this tomorrow, 1 p.m. at Miami time. Thank you again for being part of Influencer Insider. See you tomorrow.
See you.
See you. An amazing influencer across multiple platforms with a strong presence on Snapchat, YouTube, and Instagram. She's also a successful entrepreneur and businesswoman, and today she'll be sharing a very exciting and valuable topics with us. Okay, Robbie and Jen, please maybe tell us a little bit story about you, and after we have a lot of questions to you.
Of course. Well, thank you for having me. I'm so excited, and I can see people coming in now. So it's great to see you guys. And Thanks for having me. I'm excited and I'm passionate about this topic of social media, but beyond social media, expanding into business and how you can build something that has longevity, but it's also really fulfilling as well. So I am no stranger to shifting careers. My background, if you couldn't tell by my accent, I'm Australian. I've lived in the US now for nearly 6 years, and my background in Australia, I was doing dentistry. So I was an oral health therapist and I did cosmetic dentistry, and I was able to scale my first business to 7 figures just using social media. And I very much fell in love with the creativity that social media allowed. I really enjoyed building this community. I really enjoyed being creative outside of just doing the dental work. And I fell into this space where I started just to document my life, and I started to show things over on YouTube and started to garner somewhat of a following. And I didn't at the time realize you could make a career out of social media. I always just thought it was kind of a hobby, it was kind of fun. And as time progressed, I started to lean more and more into it and to actually expand my platforms and very much became a full-time influencer. So I've been a full-time creator and entrepreneur for the last 7 years now. I've got multiple businesses that have kind of resulted as a result of social media. So we'll get into all of those things. So I'm not practicing cosmetic dentistry anymore. I'm now full-time on YouTube and Rumble. I have a podcast called Robbie on the Record, and that's in collaboration with Rumble. So that's been a lot of fun. I have a digital marketing agency just for dentists. And then beyond that, I have a sunglasses label as well. So I'm very busy. I love this space. And my passion, my heart, and what I can bring to this industry is, I think, the monetization, the entrepreneurial aspect, and building a brand that's lasting beyond just virality.
Amazing, amazing. And now we will talking about building a business through social media and multi platform strategy and trends 2026.
Yes.
Okay, Robbie, we have a lot of questions to you. One of the is why is no longer enough to grow on the just one platform on 2026?
Yeah, so I mean, at the end of the day, we can post on a platform, we can build this following, but we don't own it. We're just borrowing it. Algorithms, they shift really fast. So something that works today can disappear tomorrow, and then you can kind of be left in the lurch. Entire businesses have really been wiped out overnight from platform changes, or if something happens over there. So one platform is essentially giving you 1 point of failure. But if you have multiple platforms, you're in essence creating a form of stability, protection, and leverage, right? So you're showing up differently in different places. So different platforms, they all have their own unique purposes, and they all have a different thing that they offer. So for example, over on YouTube, you're providing this long form content, which is maybe garnering more growth and trust and conversion, whereas over on the short form platforms, be it TikTok or Snapchat, you're able to maybe grow much quicker, but it's a different strategy. And beyond that, your audience exists in different places. So it depends, who is your audience, who is it that you're actually speaking to, and knowing where they are. And normally, most of the time, that's not on just one app. Beyond that, brands and brand partners, they're now looking at a cross-platform presence. So most of the time they want you to partner with them on multiple platforms, not just one single channel. And beyond that, at the end of the day, you are not just building reach, you're building resilience, you're building something that you can control, right? So for me, when I say it's no longer enough to just grow on one platform, what I'm telling you is you don't own any of that. So try to take that presence off of one platform and convert it into something that you actually own and control and you have leverage over, for example, an email list. So that's something I'm really passionate about, is making sure that, God forbid something happened and Instagram shut down tomorrow, like you don't lose your whole business because now you still have access to this community through an email list.
And what's your favorite platform 2026, where you see more possibilities?
Yeah, I mean, I think with everything that's going on in the world with AI, we are seeing such a huge push go over to YouTube because people are looking for that authenticity. They're looking for something that's a little bit deeper, and they're consuming their long form content over on YouTube. And then there's platforms like Rumble as well. And it also is a little bit less competitive. There is less long form creators than there is short form creators. So for me, there's been a huge uptake in YouTube.
And what you recommend maybe for small influencer who just start their journey? You recommend maybe to pick like 2, 3 platform and start to focus, or just maybe the main something? What's maybe your recommendation?
Yeah. Well, before you go into anything, understand, okay, is this a hobby or is this a business? And if it's a business, with anything, you need a business plan, you need to understand a goal, and you need to create a strategy. So part of that is knowing, one, like, who is my target audience? Who are they? Am I speaking to a 35-year-old woman? Am I speaking to a 70-year-old man? And where does that demographic live? So when we sit down and I work with clients all across the nations to grow their businesses and develop their personal brands, that's one of the first things we do. We sit down and we're like, okay, what is your why? Like, why? Okay, I want to make money online. Okay, is that your why? Like, let's go a little bit deeper. Well, we break that down. And then beyond that, once we got their why, we break down who is your target audience. So down from the age, the gender, the demographic, and we figure out where that profile of person is essentially spending their time, because the people that are spending their time on TikTok are a little bit different than the type of people who are, for the most part, spending time on, YouTube or Rumble. So understanding your why and your who, and also beyond that, like, just don't try to be everywhere. I think that's another thing that I see people trying to do, is like they feel like they have to show up on every single platform. And for me, it's like it's about being strategic. So throughout my different platforms, I have over 1.7 million followers and community. And all of them are a little bit different. Like the people that watch me on Snapchat are a little bit younger than maybe the people who watch me on YouTube. They're a little bit older. So I think, when we're talking about it, treat it like a business plan, check the data, build around 3 core roles. And for me, it's like understanding like what are the different platforms and why do I want to show up? So discovery platform, it's easy to kind of blow up and to get more virality on the short forms like Shorts or TikTok. YouTube is more for authority. So again, it's like when you understand your why, it's like, do I want to create virality and have eyes on me, or do I want, more of an authority role? Like, what's your why? And then beyond that, then ownership platforms, right? So like email lists, community. And I think at the end of the day, it's just like sit down and be like, what do I enjoy? What is the best way for me to show up that is going to build a real community? And beyond that, not just be something that I'll burn out and, lean in for 6 months, but like really create something that you actually enjoy and you really love. So then ask yourself, like, once you know your why, once you know your who, I would talk about your how, which is knowing your content style. So that's okay. Maybe I'm an opinion-based creator. So that type of content does really well on TikTok and Reels, or if you're educational, get on YouTube. Aesthetic, lifestyle, lean into Pinterest, lean into Instagram. Like, don't sleep on these things. And I think at the end of the day, really treating it like a business. And when you do that, when you create the strategy, when you create a way to give yourself longevity, it becomes something that isn't going to drain you.
Yeah, thank you. It's a lot of interesting information. And what is the biggest mistake people make when you're trying to grow on multiple platform? Maybe they not cannot choose a priorities, or they cannot focus on the main. What's your...
Well, I think everybody right now wants to have a personal brand. We see that everywhere. If you're going into 2026 with that personal brand, you're going to fail. We see that. And for me, it's like, I don't think everybody needs to be a content creator. I don't think that you need it to have a successful business. I do think there's an element of that. So a personal brand versus a business brand is very different. And we're touching a little bit here on both. But again, it goes back to being able to clearly articulate your why. So the biggest mistake people are making is they're like, okay, I want to grow a personal brand. They can't articulate their why, so they get lost in the sauce, right? It's easy to get pulled to this trend or discouraged when you're not, blowing up straight away. So you'll have to hold on to that why. And, they're trying to create unique content for every single platform. So it's like the way that you show up on LinkedIn versus YouTube and Instagram, all the things, like they're making one of two mistakes. Like, one is they're trying to create unique content and burning themselves out, or two, they're showing up the same on every single platform without knowing, okay, I don't need to be on 10 platforms. I just need to show up on a couple really intentionally. And for me, it's like quality will come over quantity every single time. And again, it goes back to having a strategy, posting with a clear message. Another mistake that we see all the time is people don't understand their content pillars. So now that we've talked about understanding who it is you're talking to, your why, and how you're going to show up, we break it down into content pillars. So it's like we've always, we hear there's like educational, there's inspirational, there's ones that are for entertainment, and understanding like which ones actually make sense to me, and then kind of creating a content calendar. Because for me, it's like I run 5 different companies. I have a team, and for me, it's like I will lose myself. I will get lost if I don't have a strategy. So really being intentional with that. And at the end of the day, it's like focus on like what message you want repeated rather than just what to post. And my last 2 mistakes that I see all the time is people don't look at the data. So go back to the data and like, what is the data telling you? What is actually performing? And then the last mistake that I see is just inconsistency. And that just really comes from not having these really structured, well thought out systems that give you longevity.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting. After maybe we'll ask you what calendar, how you will make it this calendar, maybe use some platform. Yes, and how, it's very interesting question, how can you turn content into real business, not just views? Maybe give us recommendation for influencer or micro influencer who want monetize their blog.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I think when you've answered those questions, your why, your who, your how, then you need to think about like, what's the end goal? Like, are you wanting to build a sunglasses label, right? Like for me, it's like I focus on like building the brand and seeing like what are the natural things that we can monetize from there. And that for me was how I built my businesses, because I knew that my audience loved accessories and I wanted to solve a problem. So I developed a blue light sunglasses frame, and it has little magnets on it and you can interchange different lenses. So for me, it's like I took a problem that I knew people had, which is that they were having to buy like 5 or 6 pairs of sunglasses plus blue light glasses. And there wasn't like a ton of really cute options like this. So we developed something that solved a problem. So I would say go back to your niche. And if you're wanting to turn content into a real business, not just views, like virality is great. But I know many content creators with millions of followers that aren't monetizing. And that's because they don't understand what it is that they need to actually be leaning into beyond brand deals, right? Like brand deals are great, but they're very fleeting. Like I want you to have a real business that can still sustain itself even if there isn't a brand deal that's coming in. So the first thing is defining a clear offer early. So that's right, the service, the product, the community, of course, like what is it that aligns with you? Like what is your expertise? Because just because everybody else is doing this, like you have your own secret sauce. You were created uniquely. You have a unique community. How do you actually provide value rather than just get a quick dollar in the bank? Because at the end of the day, it's just not going to have longevity, right? So once you figure that out, you're going to want to build a funnel. So that's understanding, okay, what content can I create that's going to generate trust, and that's going to turn that trust into action, and then that action into a purchase, right? Like what's going to create this flow. So that's called a funnel. And then you're going to want to use your content to solve a very specific problem, not just entertain. And I think people get very confused that they see someone doing really well and maybe that content has a lot of views, but it may not necessarily be converting. When I first started bringing on creators to work on my sunglasses label, I was like so excited to work with a couple of big creators. They had millions of followers. They were in the fashion space. And they posted this content and it didn't convert at all. Like I didn't make one sale from that. But then I had some other micro creators who were posting content. They had under 5,000 followers and they generated more sales. And why? Like I had to sit back and ask why. And it's like, well, trust has been lost. So at the end of the day, it's like you need to make sure as you're building your business that people come to you because they trust you for whatever it is that is your niche. And I really say this to all my clients is we're building their businesses to 7 figures. Like that's always our goal, is focus on conversion, not just reach. People get so twisted with vanity metrics. They see a number, it's a big ego thing to hit 1 million views. But at the end of the day, if it's not converting, it doesn't mean anything other than a pretty number on a screen. And my final point with that would be, I would say think long term. So building a brand that's sustainable has way more power than just one little viral moment. And then once you know that, you build an infrastructure behind your content, right? So maybe that's a website or a system or an offer.
Yes, I'm totally agree. And what do you think? What platform are growing the faster right now, and why?
I mean, we talked about it earlier. People are flocking over to YouTube for the long form videos. I personally love YouTube because as a creator, I see the most value in it because you have so many things that other platforms don't have. So you have obviously long form plus the shorts. And the really cool thing is on YouTube Shorts, you can actually link different products. So, for example, when I first launched Lumiere, it ended up being one of the first creator-owned brands in the whole world to launch on YouTube Shorts. So we were able to actually start selling as I was posting content. It's like TikTok Shop, but it's through Google. So as a brand owner and as a creator, I really enjoyed it. That for me, YouTube has like the element of trust because of the long form, but then now it also has this really cool element similar to TikTok Shop. As a creator, I love the monetization on there and obviously evergreen content. So you can create different categories of content and they can live in different playlist that you create. Obviously, everybody knows about TikTok, and there's emerging versions of that platform like M2, and that has really good discoverability engine, high volume, high reach. Obviously, we know with Instagram, it's really strong for branding, strong for conversion, still dominant for lifestyle and personal brands. And then over here, we've got Rumble. So Rumble is the platform that I partnered with to create my podcast and it's a growing niche for loyal communities. So they, for example, just launched Rumble Shorts a couple of weeks ago. So as a creator, you're like, okay, like again, like where does my audience live? For me, I realize a lot of my audience lives on Rumble, and taking my old content and repurposing it over there it's just yielded huge growth. And obviously, there's a couple platforms that people really sleep on. So there's LinkedIn. I got a brand partnership from LinkedIn this morning because I show up in a way that's a little bit different than maybe I show up on my other platforms, but I'm still providing value. And I'm talking more about my business rather than, on my other platforms, I'm more showing my lifestyle or showing fashion, right? And then the last one that people sleep on is Pinterest. Again, they do brand partnerships. There's great discoverability. I, as a consumer, use it a lot for, just scrolling and like beautiful content, for inspiration, for mood boards, for client shoots. So again, it goes back to your why and not having to show up everywhere for everybody. You can't be everything to everybody. And understanding like where is my people and how do I lean into that and grow that community?
Very interesting, Robbie. Thank you. And what do you think and how you feel what Instagram algorithm changed in 2026? Maybe you have some recommendation who focus on that platform.
Yeah.
What type of content they should do?
Well, here's the thing. When it comes to algorithm changes, this is the first question we talked about. Why do you need multiple platforms? Because of these things that change outside of our control. So for example, I had built a very highly engaged Instagram following. And now with this algorithm change, like the content isn't getting pushed out to as many of the people who are following it. Not as many people are engaging. So my engagement goes down, my reach has gone down. But on top of that, it's also much more competitive now in 2026, right? So the issue with that is that if I only had one platform, that would technically decrease my value. So again, what I said is like you need to understand that like having, 1 million followers on Instagram isn't a business, right? It's an opportunity, but it's not a business. So taking that and turning it into a living, breathing thing that you can take off of the screen. And my advice, you said what type of content should you create? I think that there is a huge shift toward people wanting less curated, more founder-led, more honest content, especially with this rise of AI, right? Where like, is this real? Is this not real? Like people want to resonate with something. And of course, with everything stressful in the world, people love that comedic relief. So again, knowing your brand, like for example, that comedic relief isn't in my brand. I think I'm a funny person in real life, but I don't bring that over to my social media because that's not what I'm trying to do. That's not the purpose of what it is I'm trying to grow. So I think just keep showing up, trying different things, using the trial features like the editing app on the within the app, obviously trying different things and just seeing what resonates. Just try out different things and go back in 1 month and look at the data and see what actually worked and what resonated with your audience.
Okay, and maybe one more resolution questions about what does a strong multi-platform strategy look like in simple terms? Maybe just, I don't know, 1, 2, 3 that people.
Yeah, so just make sure that you can show up differently in different places, right, with different hooks and captions and all the things, but make sure you still have that same core messaging. Otherwise, it gets too diluted. Again, we talked about it before. These platforms feed into each other, so don't keep it siloed. And this is something I've learned from personal experience. I built this amazing community following me for fashion. And then I wanted to launch a podcast where I was being way more bold about my faith and about Jesus and about other things and cultural commentary, but my audience didn't follow for that. So for me, it was like this created this silo. And that was a decision I made based on what it was that I wanted to do because I'm not driven by the money and the numbers. I'm driven by, again, creating something that is fulfilling and leaning into that, not always being driven by those other things. So don't create silos. Do as I say, not as I do. Create a consistent posting schedule, content tied to a bigger goal. And at the end of the day, like I said, is like everything comes back to ownership. So creating email lists, a product list, a community that can come out of just one single platform.
Okay, interesting. And how can creators avoid burnout while managing multiple platforms? Very important because when
Yeah.
you do so many jobs, it's very difficult to be in balance.
Yeah. So one of the businesses that I own is Bright Smile Digital. We are a marketing agency that just does the marketing strategy and management of organic and paid media just for dentists and builds up their not only just their online presence, but also their businesses. So if you were a client and you would have asked me that, like what I would say is this, like, take the emotion out of it. We need to look at the data. Okay, we've got those goals, the who, why, how, all those things. Now that we know that, what you want to do is you want to batch content so you're not having to necessarily create it every single day. You're going to want to use repeatable formats, series that work and resonate with your community. Focus on those really strong content pillars. Beyond that, you can repurpose content. So let's say you're a long form creator. You can take that long form video, you can cut that obviously into reels. And by the way, it's like the way that you show up and speak to an audience over here is different than over here. So be intentional, know which platforms you want to show up on, right? And obviously you can turn that content now into shareable carousel or post quotes for LinkedIn. I would say this is the most important thing. If you want longevity in any single career, you're going to need to learn how to delegate and to build a team. So what is your strong suit? Where is your time and resource and effort going? I always say this, I'm like, you either have to pay in time or in money. So at some point you have to make a business decision. We're treating this like a business and be like, all right, what am I actually good at and what can I maybe hand off? So for me, it's like when I realized that I was at a point where I'm like, where is my creative drain? Like I'm really bad at making, at doing these edits to this high level. Like for my podcast, I'm doing 2 long form videos every single week. And I was taking like 5 or 6 hours to edit this. And I was like, it's okay. It's not great. I can probably pay somebody to do a better job. So yeah, knowing how to delegate and create a team. And then at the end of the day, you're just going to have to remove the perfectionism, understanding that consistency is important, not taking it personal if something doesn't perform. Like your value and your worth as a creator, as a person, as a human, someone made in the image of God is not in a number on a screen or a comment that can get you down. So knowing who your identity is who you are beyond all of those things, right? Beyond that, focus on input and focus on impact, not just output, right? And make sure as well that you enjoy real life. I think this is the thing that people forget. You can build this beautiful personal brand and you can be posting and showing up every single day online and miserable and lonely in real life. And I see this all the time. I've been in this space, I've been behind closed doors, I've been in the rooms of these people who have millions of followers and these very successful businesses, and they've done all the things right and they have all the things on paper, but their real life is suffering. So make sure as well that you have a life that is more beautiful outside, than online. And I think when you do that, that creativity and that joy and that happiness that you have from this real life actually shines through in a really beautiful way.
Yeah, I agree totally. And what monetization opportunity increase when you go to multiply platform?
Yeah, I mean, the higher value brand deals come when you have a broader reach. So again, that goes back to that multi-platform strategy that we talked about. When you have an increased reach, you have this increased trust, typically higher conversion on your own offers. So the ability to launch product services to a wider audience or even generate multiple income streams, that is what I'm always pushing people to do is like, okay, yes, you can be doing, affiliate linking, you can be doing brand partnerships, but like beyond that, like what can you do to build something sustainable and get creative? And by the way, your first idea may not work. Like you may have to iterate and shift. And I think being around these incredibly successful people in business, that's what I've learned is that you're not always going to win, but you iterate quickly. If it doesn't work, you shift, right? Beyond that, you've got platform specific monetization. So you've got like YouTube ads, subscriptions, like YouTube Shop, licensing out your content or expanding into media opportunities. And beyond that, when you do all these things, when you build a personal brand that attracts the right partnerships, you're also then given greater negotiating power within those brands as you establish these really intentional, powerful, long-term relationships with brands.
Thank you, Robbie. It's a lot of useful information, even for me. And we have, I think, last questions to you. And if someone is started today, what exactly strategy would you recommend for 2026?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it a little bit throughout this, but again, the who, what, when, where, why. Get so clear on your niche, your messaging, and your positioning. And I always, I remember the first time that I had ever sat down with my husband and we prayed together and he prayed and he said, God, increase my imagination. And I said to him, I said, that was such a like interesting prayer. Like, God, like, why did you say, God, increase my imagination? And he said, well, he goes, if God can do more than we ask, think, or imagine, I want to imagine more. So now when I think about that, I bring that to my business. I'm like, what can I imagine bigger, right? So I dream really big. I dream huge. And that has, allowed a lot of doors to open. And my point in that is saying, like, dream really big. And if you're walking in obedience and you feel a calling in your life to chase after this, then work backwards, right? Like, okay, I'm posting because I'm working towards this goal that I've already envisioned. So don't just be like, okay, like, it's easy to get these like little blinders on where like, okay, like I just want to hit 100 followers. Now I just want to hit 1,000 or 10,000. But it's like when I post, like I'm posting with something so much bigger in mind that maybe the world doesn't see in existence yet, but I know that there's a promise over that. So what I would say is get clear on your niche messaging, positioning, choose one primary platform. So like YouTube for longevity or whatever it is, wherever your audience is living, create that long form content, break it into 10, 15 short form clips, repurpose those across the different platforms, build an email list immediately, guys. This one's so important. Create a simple offer early. So don't wait for a huge audience. Like I told you the story of Mia. I had these huge creators posting it and it wasn't converting and these smaller creators were. So see like what does your audience want from you? What are they clicking on? Look at the data and then beyond that, track performance, double down on what works because it may shift really quickly. And then just build systems, guys. If you're going to be treating this like a job, or maybe you have another job and this is something you want to lean into, be intentional about. So create the systems for content creation, editing, posting, and just stay consistent. Understand that, you may have to pivot and iterate at some point, but you need to show up really consistently or it's just not going to work.
Thank you, Robbie and Jen. It was amazing, useful information, a lot of insights, a lot of tips. And thank you again for being part of Influencer Insider Summit. And I hope our attendees will also love this information. Thank you very much.
No, thank you for having me. This was great. You are a wealth of knowledge, and I love what you're doing for the creator community. Like, you really are a world changer, and it's very inspiring. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right,
Thank
bye,
you.
guys. Thank you for watching.
Thank you, Robbie.
Bye.
Okay, guys, we now have a second speaker, Brian Walker. Please, Brian, if you're here, we don't know your account, please maybe raise your hand and we add you as panelist. Brian has over 6 years of experience in AI industry and runs his own international company focused on AI development. And today he will share the latest trend and show how influencers can integrate AI into their work to grow their brand, scale their income, and significantly improve their lives. And today we're talking about creating an AI avatar and using AI to become a successful influencer 2026. Brian, please let us know, are you here? One second. Okay, if it's Brian not here, we will wait Brian. And before we wait, I tell you more useful information about Influencer Insider membership and how you can be nominated in Influencer Global Awards. Okay, we wait. I wait information from my team about Brian, and let's maybe discuss, because also today is one of a speaker, but I should supposed to have presentation after Brian. But if it's Brian not here, maybe I will do presentation myself, and after Brian join our summit. And I would love to talk to you today about 10 monetization strategy and give you like exactly roadmap how you can monetize your social media, and also tell you more about our membership program and Influencer Global Awards opportunity. Okay, I guess let's a little bit modify today our program, and I start to share you my presentation. 1 second. Okay, I'm ready. Maybe let's introduce myself, who don't know me too. Okay, I'm, as you know, Alicia Calato. I introduce myself, and I'm one of co-founder Influencer Insider community and one of co-founder Influencer Global Awards, and successful influencer over 8 years of experience since 2016, that I'm like in a practice to pass this road from the small influencer to grow my account and monetize. And today I give you all my secrets and tips how I did that. And I have collaborated with a lot of brands and built strong presence across Instagram and TikTok. I have 22 million followers on Instagram and more than 1 million followers on TikTok. And today I will be sharing my top 10 monetization strategy to help you elevate your influencer into profitable business. Okay, are you ready, guys? Okay, I'm preparing for a small presentation that for you will be easy. And we start with the fast monetization strategy. It's pretty simple. Everybody know about that. Paid brand deals, yes? And how it works. This is the most common starting point, but the key is positioning. Brand don't just pay for followers, as Robbie John today tell, people now it's not so important how many followers do you have. It's important your engagement and what type of content you do. They pay for static trust and audience alignment. This is very important. In that point, I recommend you to create strong media kit. You have a lot of templates and even in Canva, and like it's kind of small presentation. Media kit is a small presentation about you as influencer, that you put all your statistics, engagement, maybe concept. You can put there your rates also. It's kind of small presentation about you as influencer. And yes, on beginning, now, even if you have 5 or 10,000 followers, you can start to earn money and have a paid collaboration. You don't need to have 1 million followers. And of course, on beginning, it's not so easy. I remember that time in 2016, I reach out a lot of brand myself. I do a lot of DM, emails. I try to find a lot of brands. You don't should be shy. You should, of course, people should know you. And if you even receive no, it's not the point, like give up or something. You should just continue, be consistently, and one day it's something changes, But of course, in most important, you should key is the quality, high quality content. You should do high quality content that brand like it and they're ready to pay you for that. This is very important. Okay, second type of collaboration, monetization is a long-term partnership. It's kind of connected with the paid collaboration, but it's for long-term. Real money is retainers, not one-time deal. And when you show result, brand prefer consistency over random collaboration. And my recommendation, after your first campaign, always propose a 3-6 month package with content and visibility for brand. For example, because it's more easy. If brand will be happy with your collaboration, of course, and you usually when you offer long-term collaboration, also you give some maybe discount for brand and special packages. And for brand is also a lot of benefits. They can save the money. And of course, they would love to collaborate with you in long term. And for you, it's also easy because you will plan your content upfront and you know that you already have a collaboration with that brand for long term. That's why my advice to you, build a relationship with the brand with whom you communicate, that they will be always happy to work with you. If you, for example, promise to them to do stories or reels, do something, I don't know, extra to them, that they will be happy with collaboration with you. And very important to build relationship even with manager with whom you communicate. Okay, next is affiliate income. Is very popular monetization now, type of monetization. This works best when your audience trusts your recommendation. It becomes powerful when you integrate naturally into your lifestyle content. Focus on few strong products instead of promoting everything. Yes, for example, if your blog about healthy lifestyle or biohacking, of course, choose few products what you use maybe for yourself, and you can promote them and have an affiliate profit. For example, I don't know, maybe some supplement, maybe some protein, or maybe some sport clothing, I don't know, something, what you really like it, and you will have affiliate profit. This is one of the strongest now monetized strategy for 2026. I think a lot of brand work on this type of monetization. Next type of monetization, it's digital product. Okay, you monetize your knowledge once and sell it many times. This is how influencer turn into educator and CEOs. For example, you can even do small guide or mini course or generate income quickly, even if you have 5,000 followers or even less, but you have a strong expertise and you professional or something, you can do small guides and sell them, I don't know, $30, $29 or $50, it depends, or create mini course for $99 or something like that. It's depend of your strategy, but it's you can easily do this type of monetization, even if you have a small audience. Next type of monetization is a membership model. Okay, if we're talking about membership model, subscription club is also very trendy in my idea in 2026. This is one of the most scalable income streams. You build community, not just an audience. For example, you can offer exclusive value, insider knowledge, networking, or access people can't get for free. Maybe you have a Facebook group, or maybe Telegram group, or maybe you have some paid subscription in Instagram and post special content. Maybe, I don't know, something useful. If you're healthy coach, maybe you give some tips what you use it, what kind of nutrition, some protocols. I don't know, if you're instructor of fitness, you will give some very important information, some special workout, exclusive exercise, and something else. It also doesn't need to have 1 million followers. Even if you have 1,000 followers, imagine, but 100 your followers pay you, I don't know, maybe like $30. It's already $3,000. Why not? It's pretty good income. Okay, now we're talking about next monetization. It's personal brand service. Personal brand service. If you have results, you can sell your expertise. You can do coaching, consulting, strategy session, and high tickets opportunity. Of course, position yourself as specialist, not everything for everyone, to increase your rates. Yes, this is also, you don't need to have 1 million followers. Even if you have hundreds of followers, you can do and sell your coaching or strategy session. It's a very interesting type of monetization, my idea. And also one of the trendiest monetization strategy 2026 is UGC for brands. Now, like a lot of people work on that. We have a special platform with UGC. You can even Google it, UGC platform, and you can register there. And a lot of brands try to find that UGC creator. This doesn't matter if you even have like 10 followers. You don't need to post nothing. You just need to create high quality content and give all rights to the brand and company, and they will use your content for their website or social media or for ads. And a lot of companies ready to pay for UGC creators, then produce own content. If you're small influencer or just start your journey with social media, I highly recommend you to start with UGC creator monetization. Okay, next, events and networking experience. Your presence become your currency. Events open door to collaboration, visibility, a high-level connection. For example, if you have I don't know, some maybe women's club, you can create women's club, or you can do business lunches or business breakfast, and you can, I don't know, women's club about business and meeting for coffee time, networking, and you can sell these tickets for maybe, I don't know, $50, $100. And it's, you can do this event like every month or twice a month. It's also a great opportunity for monetize your social media. One more type of monetization, not a lot of people know about that, is content licensing. What does it mean? Brands can pay you not just for posting, but for using your content in ads. This can multiply your income from one shot. Okay, my tips: always clarify usage right and charge extra for paid ads and long-term usage. Honestly, I didn't know before about this type of monetization, but a few months ago, few companies reached out to me and said like, oh, we want that you help us to record the video, and we want to use this video for the ads. But yes, but be specific. If you sign the contract, you should agree for how long you can use these rights for use your content. Because if it's, I don't know, 6 months, it can be one amount. If it's 1 year, it's completely can be different amount. Yes. And it's also interesting type of monetization because a lot of company brands need that content licensing to use for their promotion their brand or products. Okay, and last 10, one of my favorite, it's building your own brand and product line. As you know, I'm also entrepreneur and I have my own clothing line, Cioccolato Couture. Let's talk about that, this type of monetization. And this is my idea, highest level when you move from influencer to business owner. You can create your fashion brand, beauty line, or digital business, create long-term wealth. And of course, it should be start with your audience in mind, develop products, they dream it. You can maybe ask them in stories, why you follow me, what kind of product you will buy from me. You should know your concept, your expertise. But now in 2026, my idea is pretty easy, comparing 10 years ago, to create your own product or business, because you can find easily a lot of company or brand, and they do custom and white label, and they can do all production for you, and you just need to put your brand name and also hire maybe some team or some company who can help you to manage that. But of course, for that type of monetization, you should have some audience. This is my recommendation. Okay, and we now discuss about 10 monetization strategy in 2026. And of course, you can use few type of monetization, not just one. You can do, I don't know, paid collaboration, UGC, maybe, I don't know, event, it's something. You can combine and do many sources of income. Okay, let me check if it's Brian join us and we can listen him. And after I come back and we discuss about Membership Influencer Insider and Influencer Global Awards. Okay, Brian is here. Oh, yes, I see the Brian. Thanks, God. Hello, Brian. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Brian. Thank you for joining us. We was a little bit losing you, but it's okay. Let me introduce Brian Walker. Brian has over 6 years of experience in the AI industry and runs his own international company focused on AI development. And today he will share the latest trends and show how influencers can integrate AI into their work to grow their brand, scale their income, and significantly improve their lives. Okay, and we today talking about creating an AI avatar, using AI to become a successful influencer in 2026. And I think it's a very hot subject. A lot of people will interested to know more information about that. Okay, Brian, welcome to our Influencer Summit.
Thank you for having me. It's my pleasure to be here. Thank you for the kind introduction.
Yes,
Can I share my screen?
Yes.
I prepared a little AI presentation.
Perfect.
Very fitting for our topic. All right, we have a little bit of time, so I'll jump straight into it. My name is Brian Walker. I work in the AI space. I have been for many years now. At our company Revel, we actually specialize in physical AI, and so we built brains for robots. That's my kind of a day job company. But my wife who is a influencer, blogger, and a coach, has been taking me to developments of projects for her and utilizing AI. So for the past couple of years, we've been using AI in her business and her practices, and I kind of wanted to share information about that today with you guys. So thanks for coming and joining. This is a great summit. So wanted to tell you guys that you did such a great job putting it together. And again, thanks for having me. So I want to talk about AI for influencers and bloggers and kind of how and what tools and what's really possible. There's a lot of hype around AI, but it can often feel either overwhelming or kind of maybe what's the right word? Not sure which of the tools are actually working and which of the products are working. And that's exactly kind of what I do. I have a development team at Revel, and we spend majority of our time testing different models, different AI tools, and different AI practices, and where you're kind of heads down into seeing what actually delivers really great results. So today we're going to talk about a little bit of the creating an AI avatar, what that means. There's a couple of different variations of this AI avatar concept and what could lead to becoming a successful influencer in 2026. Like I said, my wife is an influencer, has been for almost 14 years now, creating content and coaching, YouTube, Instagram, and Telegram and whatnot. So we'll get right into it. So yeah, I kind of live both worlds. I build physical AI and I also build digital AI concepts. And so one of the first things I wanted to talk about today is that we have noticed that we no longer sort of live in this social media world as we used to know it. I think actually I heard you talk about it just in your presentation as well. We have moved from social media, as Gary Vee says, to now live what's called the interest media. And what this means is that you can have an account that has 100 followers and have a content that reaches 1 million views, or 1 million follower account that can get 200 views. So the game has sort of changed, and the algorithms and the systems are now showing the content to interest-based, members of the social platforms. So it not necessarily your content's even being shown to your followers. Not that it's not, but not as it used to be. And this is because we have purely now moved to an interest-based media. So one thing I want to talk about that was possible now to do with AI that wasn't really possible just a few years ago or even a few months ago before the agentic AI really took off is that one band man or one person business can now produce the level of content and quality of content and at a volume and a speed that would have taken like an agency or multiple agencies. So if we are in this new sort of revolution where we're going from typical social media to this interest-based media, what is really rewarded is the amount of volume that you can share. And that is very difficult and very costly in the traditional way. And this is where AI can kind of come in and help out, right? So one of the things would be things like, if I say posting, 20 times or 20 posts per day across like 7 platforms. What I mean is things like, like the TikToks and YouTube, Facebook. We used to have someone dedicated to taking our content and splitting it across the platforms and testing different variations of the same content to see where we get the best results. This is exactly the kind of situation where we're building an agents for right now. They take a content that the creator creates and replicate it into many different domains, and we'll post it across the platforms, analyze all of the data and analytics of things that are coming back, what is performing. So, we have accounts now with influencers that are posting, in the upwards of 4,000 posts across these like major platforms per month, which is something that is sort of unheard of or just it's impossible to do without a larger team. And now with the help of AI, this is now kind of available to people to build these kind of system. So the kind of a toolkit for creators that I want to talk about. There's a couple of these, and the first one is the content research agent. This is something that's been really popular that we've been getting requests from many influencers, bloggers, and interest-based influencers to basically replace a 5-member team of things like staying on top of trends and hooks and video edits and captions and all of the kind of things that are currently happening across the platform. As soon as they're becoming viral and trendy, we can have agents sort of scour the platforms and able to deliver you the most recommended, most viral kind of things that are currently happening. As you probably know, the amount of content is staggering now, so it's kind of overwhelming to try to even keep up with everything that's going on. So, like I have built myself an AI agent that basically listens to all of my favorite podcasts, reads all my favorite newsletters, and follows my favorite influencers, and then every day summarizes all of these hours and hours of content for me into about an hour of digestible content, and that then it plays for me in audio version. So when I go on my morning walks, I can just listen to 17 different podcasts kind of all brought into one. And this is kind of the power of keeping up with the trends and what everything is going on with the power of AI, because for me as a one person, it'd be absolutely impossible to kind of stay on top of all of this content. So the content research agent is a very powerful tool that can speed people's workflows and open up possibilities that we haven't had before. And the other thing, of course, with AI, it works 24/7. There's no sick days or leaves or quits or anything like that. It's once you kind of set it in your system, it will work pretty reliably. The second tool is a content multiplication. So like utilizing this sort of AI agentic system, our workflows and pipelines to take a raw 30 minutes of filmings that can become 20 pieces of content. And what I mean by this is like my wife would film some kind of raw material or content about something that she would be talking about. And with the help of AI, we can dissect that 30-minute, volume of content into hundreds of different clips and testing different types of subtitles, tones, musics, and whatnot. Because as we all know, all of these little details of content going out matters. And the interest-based economy, we want to know every decision that we make to be data-driven. We want to know as soon as people click, as soon as people scrolled, as soon as people follow, and so on. It's super important. And so we are doing these, it's calling an A/B testing, but at a scale that is unprecedented, meaning we can take one content and make 500 different variations across these platforms. So that's the raw material. AI makes 4 or 50 versions and then distributes it across these platforms. And once we see that it's working, we can scale it. So this is a kind of a content multiplication. One of the first AI avatar version that we wanted to talk about also in this presentation is something we call voice cloning. And that is you taking original content, we clone the influencer's voice so that we can have then AI scripting full videos with narrating voiceovers and occasionally having the influencer in the frame saying something that is unrelated to the actual content, but because we have the video, we can link the voice and sync their lip syncing to the video. So this kind of content generation with voice cloning has become extremely powerful. And both me and my wife at home, we speak English, but my wife's originally from Belarus, so she speaks Russian. Her majority of her audience is Russian. And we were always wondering, like, how could we take all of her content that was predominantly filmed in Russian language to people in Portuguese and Germany and Japan? And this is exactly what voice cloning and multilingual kind of AI agentic systems are allowing us to do, because the languages get broken down on the AI level into tokens, and then you can output the you can output the video into essentially any language. This is something we talked about earlier when we were on our call, is that someone who does this extremely well and has been doing for many years is Mr. Beast, a very huge YouTuber, probably the biggest one in the world. From very early age of his YouTube career, he has been making duplicates of his accounts in multiple languages using actual translators. And everyone can do this now. If you have a content and you want to reach a broad audience, you can clone your voice and you can be fluent in all of these different languages. We're currently experiencing a tool that allows us to put out about 20 different languages, which is majority of the major languages in the world that are being spoken, from French, Dutch and German and Russian, English, Portuguese, and whatnot. So this is very powerful tool because it immediately widens the funnel of audience that you can approach, and they can enjoy your content as a native speaker of any of these languages. So I think this is a very important tool, because it literally takes you from English-speaking content audience to few 100 million more people that the algorithm can pick your content and serve it to. How are we doing? Good. Okay. So the next one, and this is the avatar. This is a really popular topic that we've been kind of hearing a lot about. And we have created another example, a couple digital avatars, one for my wife. This is very useful. Anybody can create one, but if you have a lot of video content out there already, it's actually quite easier, because we can then feed the visual content and all of the personalities into these digital avatars. If you sort of just go and record let's say a half an hour of video, and you train a digital avatar, it will be quite sterile and it will need a lot of work. But like, my wife has 700 videos on YouTube and Instagram and whatnot. So we've had so much volume of data to where we were actually able to create quite unrecognizable digital twin of her, or the digital AI avatar. And again, this is someone who's always on, remembers everything from the entire library of knowledge base. And you can kind of just talk to it like in a WhatsApp, basically prompting different opportunities for scripts and ideas that you might have, using a different type of an agent AI assistant that will create the script and then push it through the pipeline of generating the script, generating the visuals, generating the B-roll, generating the video, posting it, distributing it, making multiplications of the video, cloning the voice, and now reposting that same content in multiple languages. So the possibility of how many people and you can reach with how much content and how quickly is really kind of the biggest sort of a game changer here. Often, I don't know, I often get this kind of a question, if like AI will replace my job, or will AI kind of replace me? And I'd like to always say that I think people who use AI in their workflows and in their businesses will just be the ones who win, because they will be able to outperform people that do not use AI in their businesses and workflows by 100x, if not 1000x. Another really interesting toolkit that I wanted to talk about in this sort of digital twinning and AI world is something that we've seen now, that the tools are really great at creating product videos and a full brand website, landing pages, including checkout, and kind of, you can now, with just the power of the English language, literally build web-based applications. You can build products. You can build, and say your dream was as an influencer to always launch your makeup line, but you don't know if you could bring it to life and sell or something. You can now create the entire product line, including all of the marketing videos, including animations of high-level productions. My background is a film. I work on movies in Marvel and Disney. I work on movies like Avatar and stuff. These, and high-level commercials and stuff, these kind of things used to cost hundreds of thousands of dollars to create. And you can literally have product campaigns now created with AI for your product for hundreds of dollars, high quality, completely unrecognizable to the audience if it was shot by real camera or generated with AI. And this also opened up an opportunity for someone to basically start a business, have a launch, and pre-sell the product before they even made the product. So you could sort of start your makeup line of organic products, like something that we're working on with my wife. She wants to do like an organic, really low tox makeup line, starting with a few products. We are able to create all of the products, all of the consistencies of the products, all the marketing, the website, the landing, the branding, the deals, and everything, and then send basically potential clients to a pre-sale page where they can pre-order before we would actually release the product. And it's kind of the Kickstarter, which is a very US-based popular site where people kind of put their ideas, put their projects, and then have them sort of crowdfunded. So, and AI has now enabled this to skyrocket, and a lot of people are doing this. And I think that's a very, very good use case, like another kind of a toolkit for bloggers and influencers, because I think a lot of people have a lot of great ideas, and they thinking like they used to be so difficult to kind of launch something like a product, even a physical product, bikini line of products, and but now you can kind of create these digital twins of these products, and you can create audience for them, and you can even pre-sell them, pre-order them. And if you get enough of that pre-ordering and you create a great brand, then you kind of go to okay, now I source my partners and do the manufacturing and fulfilling the product. I have seen so many products now get launched and kind of started that way. So those were kind of like the 5 main kind of toolkits for brand deals and recurring revenue. I think the old way was kind of like you get a brand deal trading where you were trading a lot of time for money, ad revenue dependent on platform algorithms, which, as we talked about, is sort of die down because your content's not really even being shown to the followers that you have to grow or new audience. It's now completely interest-based, so you have to kind of create content that will bring the new followers. And courses, I feel like are still working quite well for bloggers or coaches and influencers, but not as well as these communities, which is a perfect segue real quick here for what you guys are building and the community that you're building and that you have. I think this is exactly where sort of the future is. It is exactly also what we're building for my wife, is one platform for building a custom app, all kind of with AI, powered with AI, with a digital twin that's working extremely well for her. And it's a niche community for her niche and for her interest-based community that you charge on a monthly basis for different types of tiers and memberships. And I think that's where the opportunity is going to be in 2026, is these sort of private, small communities. When I say small, it could be 1,000 members, not that small, but you can provide direct value, and with the power of AI, I think very manageable, because you can have yourself, you can have your digital twin avatar, you can have your voice clone. So, and most importantly, how do you get the members into your club, or how do you get to, and this is exactly the 5 tools that I was just sharing. You have so much opportunity now to create so much large volume of content that, when you look at the conversion metrics of how much percentage of people will end up in your landing page versus how much will go into and actually subscribe into a community, the numbers you can kind of reverse backwards, right? If you want something like 250 people to join on a monthly basis, for example, this is the target we're doing now with my wife. We figure out that we needed 600,000 views on all of the content that roughly will then convert down to how many people go to the landing page and how many people end up in the actual group. And 600,000 views might sound like a lot, but when you're able to post, because of AI, hundreds of pieces of content per week, it's actually very doable. And if the product and the club is actually great, and you have a good product, and where you still got to put the effort in, obviously, then you're going to have a high retention. And as demonstrated here, if you have a $100 to $200 membership, at 100 members, it's 15,000 a month. At 1,000 members, it's 150,000. It's absolutely kind of incredible that people can build these kind of digital businesses and how well they work. Why I think the membership be courses, having the sort of one-off click and the click-through rates and whatnot. But this is more kind of just a little bit of my personal opinion and just the data we've collected over the last couple of months building these tools. Good thing to everyone who's listening is that, look, 99.9% of the people in the world are not using AI at all, or they're using ChatGPT like it's a Google search. And I always like to say here that it's like taking a Formula One car to go grocery shopping. The capabilities of the products that are out there and AI tools and companies like ours that's able to create custom solutions for people is absolutely mind-blowing. We call them agents, but I have now been trying to refrain from that and been kind of telling my customers or our clients that you really need to talk about the agent more of like a digital employee. Like you really need to think of the AI parts as like a digital employee, because you are now able to give your digital employees their own phone number. You are able to give them their own profiles on the internet so they can comment, like, and spread your brand. You can chat with them on WhatsApp or Telegram or iMessages. You can have a voice call with the agent. You can give them personality. So it's like hiring somebody into your team, and you can give them knowledge base of all of your company, operations and how you like to do business and your customer and CRM. And you can create these different sort of digital employees for different tasks of marketing and reach and whatnot, research. And we talked about some of the others, but that's how I'd like for people to really think of it. It's much easier to kind of process it in our head when you can think of the AI as like a digital employee that you hire into your business. Again, you give them dedicated computer, you give them a phone number, you give them an email, and off they go. And if correctly set up, they can handle follow up with all of your customers to see when their birthdays are coming up, or if they were at an event and they might want to upsell or buy something, or you want to give them a referral code or and things like that. So again, 99% of the people in the world right now, everyone's super early still. People think that I hear this all the time, like, oh, I missed the train with AI. I mean, no, AI's here. The genie's out of the bottle, is definitely here to stay. But at the same time, people are so early right now. So this is the time. This year is definitely the time to get in. And sooner you get in, the further you're going to be ahead of a competition. So I couldn't recommend it to anyone more. So to kind of build the system and not prompts is something like the research agent, writing agent, edit agent, post agent, and analyzing agent. So these digital employees that you could build in your ecosystem to essentially replace a large team. This team will work 24/7. Like I said, you can give it personalities. You can create all kinds of different assistance levels and scale your operation to unimaginable, scale. What else we got here? So yeah, the window is right now. Like, look, this is possible now and not in 12 months. So I think that the people who start today, again, have a massive head start. This is not a future trend. The tools exist now, not next year, not in 5 years. So I always tell people stop using AI like an answering, machine question, start using it to build systems. And systems is what builds these kind of successful and powerful businesses. So if anyone can take anything from this, quick little presentation, it would be, you can build together, can reach out through the community or through the through some context. But yeah, I wanted to come in here and, I've been, like I said, I've been building now in AI for many, many years, and many, many customers, many different levels, from physical AI, like robots and other things, to digital twins and avatars and AIs, voice cloning, business deployment, product deployment, and brand deals. So, yeah. And that's kind of, it was pretty quick.
Yes, Brian,
But
if it's okay, we can have a couple questions to you, if it's okay. You open to that?
absolutely, yeah, I'd love to. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, one of the questions, I think it's everybody interested to understand what does the future of AI in social media look like? Maybe give us the main picture, I don't know, after 5 years or 3 years, what do you think?
So, I think this the AI in general, in terms of the performance, the capability in physical AI, like robotics and digital, the white collar, is moving now so quick that I actually think that anyone who's making any kind of predictions for anything past like 18 to 24 months is kind of really just making their own personal opinion, because every 2 weeks now we have a new model. Every 2 weeks we have new capability. Just a month ago, the world was stunned by OpenClaw and this absolutely incredible agent system that is able to do some of these most incredible things that I have seen in the last 2 years. But look, what I have seen is something that I think people are not ready for. Is by the end of this year, it will be really impossible to determine what's real and what's fake in terms of like a video and stuff like is that a real influencer human? Is that a digital twin? Is that a completely made up AI influencer? So I think within the end of this year, we will see this sort of deep fake to come to a point where, okay, it's very serious, to where you are absolutely not able to tell the difference. We're very close with a video generation already. With images, I think we're there. And then, I'm assuming that you've seen probably all of these AI generated influencer pop up and the accounts and how quickly they skyrocketed from nothing to hundreds of thousands, if not millions of followers.
Exactly.
So, I think what we can see in this, I think we're going to see more of that. This is why also like the follower count stopped kind of matter, and what really started to matter was, can you create interest-based content that people want to consume? And if yes, the algorithm pushes it to audiences, and you can make money with 100 followers of an account, 1,000 follower account, or 10 million. Obviously, the legacy brand influencer bloggers who have millions of followers and big brands, and they've done like a partnership with Guess or some big brands, or like Kylie, cosmetics and things. You have, years of kind of this established fan base, and so that's a little bit different. But they're definitely not like out of the woods secure. I would still recommend that they implement some of these things that we talked about in the presentation to get ahead of the competition of those legacy influencers as well, because you want to stand out. You want to do better than the other ones. So we are going to see more and more of fully generated AI influencers, and they're going to be taking a big chunk of the market and a lot of the revenue that you would otherwise be able to generate. So if anything, do the process of creating your own avatar, voice cloning, trying to do the multilingual thing so you can cover much broader audience, because even someone coming from the film industry, and I don't know, maybe this happens to you as well, but like we have so much like content, TV shows and movies for one person. You sit down on your TV and there's Hulu and there's Netflix, there's Disney, there's Apple TV, and it's like you spend half an hour just choosing what you're going to watch next. This is so much. So what really is the moat, as we say in the software development for the next couple of months, the moat is going to be what can get attention, the hook. But then beyond that, what makes the person stay and retain? What you can do to keep them? It's one thing to stop someone from scrolling, you get a hook and they watch your reel. But how do you actually get them to become a member of your community? And more authentic, very raw, very simple, no super camera, studio lighting kind of thing. Hey, like we have a house and we have some chickens and we have our organic farm and we live on outside of Texas or in Europe, and people are starting to relate to this sort of, lifestyle of people. I guess certainly in our lifestyle as well. And I see the trend, and I see that people really resonate with that. So I think more authentic and more real that you can be, and more real, authentic brands you associate yourself with, like health and fitness, longevity, very popular, biohacking, and kind of all of that sphere is very popular because look, and this is my world, right? Like I build physical AI. I'm building the replacement of the physical labor, the guys there, the construction guys, the plumbers, the electrician, the factory workers. I'm working on those robots. That's literally what my company does. And I tell people it's coming, and it's coming way faster than anybody can imagine. And so, hopefully there's this future of abundance. There's this big, beautiful future of where there's a lot of things for everyone. And I hope we get there. And when we do get there, people gonna want to have this sort of sense of community. And I think that's where we're headed with AI. And for influencers, again, just be mindful how quickly these systems are able to perform. And they're able to do research across millions of articles in a split of a second, watch all of the latest podcasts and topics. So if you have, let's say, an account influencer on some trends, like you posting about some trends, if you are doing the research yourself by just like watching reels, watching YouTubes, and then you're kind of parsing out what you want to share with your community, it's going to be very rough because, anybody who's using AI to do that is going to be able to cover way more information way faster and post 10, 20, 30 more times faster and than you will be able to. So that's kind of my prediction on the influencer blogger world of AI in the next, this year for sure. The AI is kind of taking the world by storm.
Yeah, so interesting and so somehow excited and somehow so scared too. What will happen? Yes. And we have one more, please, questions. And if you had to start today, how would you use AI to grow from zero? And maybe if you don't have even technical technical skills, what's your
If I wanted to start a business, or if I wanted to blogging influencer?
Influencer, like your social media grow, or you just micro influencer and you want to be bigger influencer.
Yeah. So I think, it's a great question, but if we go kind of to the idea that we're no longer in like if we just say social media has been now replaced with interest media. Right. So I wouldn't try to build for social media in a world where social media is kind of like the concept of social media is dying and we're in an interest media. And what I mean by that is like there is going to be a group of people that is interested in something where 1,000 people or 10,000 people that you can get onto your product is going to be enough for you to make it huge and big. So these kind of interest groups, I think, is where I would focus on, because in this sort of algorithm and the way that the system's going to work right now, going the traditional way is going to be very painful, very difficult, because you have all of these legacy, successful, existing social media influencers that are trying to survive themselves. And all of a sudden you have these new accounts popping left and right, being successful because they start from zero with an interest of some kind in mind. And so what I would do is, this is me personally, I would pick 5 to 10 things that are kind of dear to my heart, something that I actually care about and passionate about, something that I were like, okay, this is something that if like, for example, me and my wife, we really like low tox living, or cotton clothes, what kind of shampoo do we use, what kind of soap, what do we wash our dish, this whole kind of thing. And that's a very kind of like a niche, thing. And so like that would be one. So I would pick one, then I would pick a few others. And I would use AI to set up a brand in each of these, with me either being the face, because today you can be the face or you don't have to be the face. You can create, a brand without you being the face and not being the face. If you do want to be a face, be the face, not a problem. And then I would use AI to go through the pipeline that we discussed here earlier, research, create trendy and accurate, like most kind of relevant and trending viral kind of content that's currently happening, and create in that style, in that interest. And I would do 5 or 10 of those. I would spend a day on each and create the brand, create everything. You can create everything, logos, the whole thing, products and everything with AI. It's relatively simple. And then I would launch them, and then I would create the agentic system to basically keep feeding the content. And I would, over a course of 30 days, I would look at which ones are performing the best. And when I say performing the best, maybe not necessarily have we gone from 0 to 10,000 followers in a month, but like maybe I had a small offering for let's say a $20 ebook that I'd say this low tox living, I have a lot of interest in it. Okay, I'm going to spend a weekend writing a little guide of all the products we are doing, all the reasons why, and the ones we took out of our house and they were really toxic, and the things we use or not, and build a little 20-page ebook that you can do with AI over the weekend, or let's say over a week, and you publish it and you make it, you're done, and that's your little product that you sell for $9.99 or $19.99. And I would see after 30 days, with this kind of concept in mind, which of these sort of interest concept for influencer growth performed the best. And then and usually there's like one that will kind of be kind of skyrocketing compared. And we've done this now with bunch of accounts, like many clients that went on their main channel in their traditional social media, where they're barely making brand deals and where they're barely making, and then they were able to start selling a product to a large volume of clients and customers with relatively like a 0 to a few hundred followers. So if I would be starting over, I would find an interest-based product or niche or market that I'm interested in, something that I have some kind of a knowledge about and that I care about. And you don't need to. And then the technical part, everything can be maybe you've heard this term, can be vibe coded now. I have a pretty good understanding of general building applications and coding and all that. And majority companies and software engineers now use AI like Claude Code and other tools to build full-blown mobile apps, desktop apps, and products, websites, and sites. So all of these things that we were talking about, the only thing you kind of need to know to do them and build them is English. Being able to tell the AI what you want it to do. And when you don't know where to start, you just tell it where do I start? And it will give you steps. And over time, you'll get better at these, we call it engineered prompts, of how you communicate with the AI systems. You can create certain projects where okay, I want to create this particular business idea, and you can take PDFs and images and all kinds of things and dump it into a file, one folder, so that the AI is completely aware of your kind of idea for everything that you want to do. And then you say, okay, how do we grow this to where I make $10,000 a month with this? What can I do? Or 100,000, what are the first steps? And it's going to be giving you a step-by-step guidance. And we've seen a lot of success with that. I think 1 out of every 5 projects like that we launched is able to reach a very significant revenue numbers in matter of months. And then consistency is everything, by the way. Everything we were talking about, consistency, and this really well probably. Consistency is if after first week you're not making thousands and thousands of dollars a day, and you give up and you move on to something else, well, then, that's a completely different problem. But yeah.
Brian, thank you very much for valuable information. And I just want to say that if you want to create your own AI agent or employee or AI avatar, you can reach out to Brian or us, and we can be happy to help you guys.
Yeah, be great. Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much to join our Influencer Summit, Brian. Thank you very much.
You got it. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, it was very interesting conversation about AI. I think is now very trendy and useful information about AI technology and in influencers' life. And as earlier we discussed about, guys, with you 10 monetization strategy. If you want, I can remind you. And on the end, I would love to maybe tell you more information, how you can be nominee in Influencer Global Awards, and maybe small information about our membership program. Today we have amazing speakers, and I'm of course happy to see you guys, everybody today. Yes, and let's remind you 10 monetization strategy. One of was paid collaboration, long-term brand partnership that you can not collaborate with the brand once, you can do for maybe 3 or 6 month term. Very trendy and popular now, affiliate marketing. Digital product, you can create your digital product. Number 5, if you can create your membership or subscription club. Number 6 is personal brand service as a coach session or strategy session. Number 7 is UGC creator. You can be UGC creator and help to create content for different brands and companies. Number 8, you can do event networking experience like business lunch, business women's club, and a lot of different clubs. Content licensing, and 10 is building your own brand and product. I think this is like top 10 monetizing strategy for 2026, what I recommend to you. And also you can combine few of them, not focus just on one. You can use few of them and monetize your social media. Okay, and now I will share with you some presentation. Sorry, 1 second. Okay. Yes. Okay, we have a lot of questions about how to be nominee in Influencer Global Awards. Also, we discuss about the World Top 500 Influencer 2026, how to be on this list. And in the end, we discuss about membership program. Okay, if we talk, we every year we have annual Influencer Global Awards, which we usually have in Miami. Every year, usually we do in Eden Rock Hotel, Miami Beach. This year, let's see, maybe we have a bigger space, but maybe we will do in the same location. And honestly, it's amazing, inspiring event. It's kind of like Oscar for influencer. We have more than 400 people, everybody in beautiful gowns, tuxedo, like black tie, dress code. And usually we have more than 400 nominees and 50 categories. And we announce a winner on different categories like best lifestyle influencer, beauty influencer, fitness influencer, I don't know, entrepreneur, and we have different categories. And of course, we have some certain criteria that you can be nominated. But yeah, we're pretty open. Usually we start to this process in May or June. You should just follow our Influencer Insider Instagram and see the information. Usually we posted and our website links, also in stories. You can officially nominate yourself and tell us why we should nominate you. Maybe present yourself, how many followers you have. Usually, of course, you should have a certain amount of followers, but honestly, we pretty flexible with that. We have choose nominee the best in industry. We also analyze like Forbes list 2025 and this year, Time list, all the list. We have also categories from Middle East, Europe and Asia, South America, of course. And of course, if you want to be part of our amazing event and Influencer Global Awards, you can have a chance and apply to be nominated, of course. And yes, and after that you nominated, we officially launch our list on our website. And if you nominated, we have official voting. And voting, 50% voting decide, and also we have professional jury. Is usually is a leader in this industry, some celebrities, some famous people. This year we planning to do public this list. Usually we not share this list who decide that information, but this year a lot of people ask who is jury, and I think we make this information more public. Yes, then we're very excited. We have every year we level up our event, and we have a lot of great feedback because we only one of organization who do these awards in America. We have some company who do that in Europe. Is pretty big also organization, but in America we are the one company who organize this type of event. Then we're planning to do this. Usually we do it during Art Basel. It's on beginning Art Basel. I think maybe it will be 1st or 2nd December this year. Of course, stay tuned and we inform you about all information about the date, location, how to be nominee. And we, of course, will be happy to see everybody in our amazing event. And if you want to be nominated, of course, you're welcome. Okay, and a little bit also our opportunities, what you can receive in Influencer Insider. You can be included in top 500 global influencer ranking. We're also preparing this list and we're planning to launch this list in the May 2026. You can be nominated, of course, during Influencer Global Awards. We have a red carpet, we have a lot of media, we have a Getty Image, there's a lot of TV channel and local and American. Last year we have a Forbes, we have an article in Sports mention about our event. Yeah, you can gain media exposure, industry recognition, and of course, a big opportunity to connect with the brands, investors, high-level creators. You cannot imagine, we calculated is like more than 200 million followers all together was in one room. It's imagine like we have like, I don't know, maybe more than 100 influencers, and all together, if we calculate the followers, is more than 200 million followers. It's pretty inspiring. Okay, and now let's maybe a little bit talk about how to be in our community. Is Influencer Insider membership 2026, because we today discuss and share with you a lot of useful information, how to monetize your social media, how to work with AI, how to maybe develop your business or establish your business. And of course, we're ready to help you with that. And exactly this product is a membership. Influencer Insider help you with that. We have a big program for 2026. Every month we have some online, offline event. We have a very useful email list. Weekly you have some update. You have special platform, educational platform, and a lot of opportunities. If somebody interested about that information, we can send you all information. We have a special website. If you go in Influencer Insider main Instagram page, You can find the highlight with the membership, all information there, or click the link with website and also receive all information. Anytime also you can reach out to me, Elia Cioccolato, in DM or in DM Influencer Insider. What you can receive from membership 2026? Of course, you can access to our collaboration hub to connect with the brands. We have exclusive Influencer Insider app. You can download it app for Android or iPhone, and we have received the brand deals. You can have also educational videos, useful information. Also we have some AI tools also in our app, and you have this exclusive access. As I mentioned before, we have a weekly insight, strategy, and monetization system. And also next week, we have a great news. We're planning to launch Influencer Insider online magazine. And we will be sharing with you guys the last information about influencer business. We will take some interviews with the top influencers, our winners, all about influencer and social media. We're excited about that, and you guys may be first who know that information. Okay, you can have a global exposure through our media platform. Usually, in our membership, we will help, and maybe sometimes we mention in our social media. Also, you include some coaching session from our speakers. You can ask a lot of questions to speakers, a top influencer. You have, of course, free access to invitation to exclusive online and offline event. Influencer dinner, gifting bags, a powerful networker, creators, founders, and industry leaders. Very useful because you can sit all together in one table. You can have a great networking with the biggest influencers, and this is great opportunity. And as I mentioned, access to Influencer Insider app. I don't want to give you guys too much now information. I know we are already more than 2 hours live. Maybe you're tired, but I try to shortly to give you some benefits, what's inside membership, but we have a lot more. And we will be happy to see you in our community. We have also some special Telegram group, like private club. We communicate there. We have engagement group. Is a lot of information. If you want to grow your social media, monetize, or build the business in social media, is perfect. We can help you with this membership. And during all years, because if you buy some course, it's just, okay, you can pass the course maybe 1 week or 1 month, and I think it's a little bit short term to see the result. And during 1 year, when you work with us, we help you with every steps, you will see much more results. And I think it's great opportunity. We have affordable options. We have installment payment. We have a membership package from $85. We have a membership package at $165. We have yearly membership and a lot of opportunities. Okay. I think I guys want to thank you for everybody who was our Influencer Summit. And if you are interested to our membership, please reach out to us and we will be happy to see you in our community. And we try to give you more useful information in our Instagram. Stay tuned, and maybe we try to do like weekly or couple times a month to invite some influencers that share with you some secrets and tips and help you to grow and be influencers. Okay, thank you very much. My pleasure to see you today. Bye-bye.